My name is Savia, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Today I will be telling you a story called Momo the Cat. I wrote this story by myself, and it's a tale of a very brave cat. Momo, Momo, it's time for dinner, called Lydia. Momo was sitting playfully at the top of her cat tree, yarn in paw, as she fiddled with the fuzzy pink thread. When she heard the word dinner, she immediately leapt from her pedestal, gracefully landed on the ash vinyl floor, and daintily trotted to her bowl, her soft, slender tail curling with excitement. As she approached her light blue ceramic bowl, the blue-gray cat peeked in to get a good look at tonight's dinner. What laid before her was some fresh smoked salmon, the kind in sushi. Sweet old Lydia, Momo's owner, had a platter of sushi for dinner with the wasabi and all, and Momo daintily devoured her thick slices without leaving a single piece behind. She gently lapped up some water from her water bowl and curled up in Lydia's bed for a relaxing night's cuddle. Once Lydia entered the bedroom, the two of them sat down and scrolled through some YouTube shorts, watching hilarious videos of cats goofing off and falling off big objects, which clearly annoyed Momo. And Momo hijacked the phone and started playing videos of cats pranking their owners. She yowled with laughter, a bright look in her green eyes. Night fell, and it became 9 p.m., and Lydia kissed Momo goodnight. Momo returned the gesture with a soft mew and plopped onto her little bed and fell asleep. It was 2 a.m. in the morning. Momo jolted awake with alarm, her fur standing on end. "What's that smell?" she thought. "I don't have a good feeling about this." She tiptoed into the kitchen, and boy was she afraid. There were tiny lights coming from the time on the oven and the microwave, and although cats can see quite well in the dark, Momo was groping around, trying to identify where the walls were with her whiskers. But she didn't want to wake up Lydia, for that would make the elderly lady quite upset and disoriented. Perhaps it would even end in great scolding, worried Momo. What if I have to go back to eating kibble instead of Lydia's scrumptious leftovers? What if she won't let me sleep in her bed? What if she won't love me as much anymore? And then Momo shrieked as she heard a strange sound coming from the kitchen. It was like a loud hiss or a fizzle, maybe both. Her stomach tied up in knots and her ears pricked as she moved closer to the stove. And there she saw it. Fumes of smelly, possibly toxic gas seeping from the cracks under the stove. There was also a large pipe on the wall, and a little hole in it was causing the hissing sound. Momo knew that she had to wake Lydia up, whether she'd be loved or not. She cared deeply about her elderly owner and would sacrifice everything for her. So she ran as fast as her paws could carry her, leapt onto Lydia's bed, and smacked her in the face with her paw. Lydia slowly woke up with a loud yawn and said, "Momo, what are you doing? It's 2:15 in the morning." But Momo nipped Lydia's finger and yowled the loudest she'd ever yowled as she leapt off the bed and sprinted into the kitchen. Groggy and disoriented, Lydia got out of bed, put on her silk bathrobe, and followed the jittery cat. The hissing and fizzling from the pipes filled her face with shock, and she immediately dialed 911. The police rushed to their home, and 2 cops were present. Even the K9 had come to sniff things out, and Momo nearly ran away. But as Lydia was discussing the incident with the cops, her cat in hand, flames began to spread around their little house, smoke billowing from the rooftops. Some firefighters were contacted by the police and came to put out the fire. The cops took out their phones and began to take photos of the house getting damaged. Not all of the belongings in the house survived, and Lydia burst out in tears as she and Momo watched their home go down in flames. Poor Momo was crestfallen, for her cozy bed and her food and toys were never to be seen again, and she tried to comfort Lydia. But then it hit her. Maybe it was her fault that all of this had happened. Was Momo to blame? But Lydia smiled as she sobbed and said, "Thank you, Momo. Thank you for waking me up at 2 a.m. and saving my life." Momo was confused. Why is she thanking me? She wondered. Our house, our only home is gone, and yet my owner is thanking me? And that's when Lydia said, "Our house may be gone, but we still have each other. That was a nice, lovely house. But Momo, you are my home, and you will always mean that much to me. Do you understand?" she asked. Momo yowled loudly in agreement, and the two walked up what used to be the front porch steps of the house. Still, poor Momo was heavy-hearted, and her head hung low, her tail drooped down, and she didn't make a single mew. But her head immediately went up in a rush when Lydia told her consolingly, "I have a vacation Airbnb that hasn't been rented out for a long time, and it's like a beach in the summer, and there's snow in the winter. I also have tons of cat food and enough litter for a lifetime. What do you think about moving there instead?" she asked her little friend. And although Momo couldn't respond, she thought to herself, maybe I did make a good choice by saving Lydia on time. And so the two of them moved the very next day. Momo walked the new floors of the new one-story cabin, which had smooth, white tiles and walls of strong oak. She even got used to her new bed in just one night. And when they turned on the news in the living room, Momo and Lydia were in the headlines. It turned out that the officers had taken pictures not only of the damage done to their house, but of Momo and Lydia. The two buddies could hear them saying to the reporters on CNN, "That cat was very brave and smart. If it weren't for her, the two of them probably wouldn't have survived in the fire. And if they did, they'd probably be severely injured. So thank you, Gray Kitty." And whatever the canine said was, probably agreeing with the cops. And Momo and Lydia were amazed to see themselves on the news, even if neither of them had said anything. The headline said, "Brave cat saves owner from gas leak." Perhaps I truly am brave, thought Momo, as she cuddled with Lydia on the sofa. The end. So, how do you guys like it? Let me know in the comments. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye!